30th, 2022, and we are live inside the FLX1.com studio, where I'm joined by Jim Sinicropi, Felecia Dombrowski, and Katherine Chase of the Cayuga Lake Wine Trail. It is Wine Wednesday. That means it's already the end of March. What? Where did the time go? I don't know. Today's show is brought to you by Generations Bank. Generations Bank has been serving the Finger Lakes for all your financial needs since 1870. Whether you are looking for checking, savings, mortgage, home improvement loans, you name it, they have it.
You name it.
Help you. Visit mygenbank.com today. They literally have everything, so one-stop shop for anything that you need financially. So that's that, and we are going to jump right into Wine Wednesday. Welcome back.
Hello, Katherine.
Did you
month
miss
has been
us?
so long. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever.
To me, it's gone by super, super fast. So I was like, she's coming already. But you're here and you're ready to talk all.
Yeah, what's the deal this month? Wine and Herb?
Wine and Herb event is coming up. There's 2 different days, April 30th and May 7th. A quick preface on the event. Each winery is assigned a specific herb or vegetable plant. Mm-hmm. And in the past, you would take home that potted herb or vegetable plant at each winery. This year, you will take them home. It'll just be at your last stop.
Convenient.
Less
Easier.
Contact and less little dirt piles everywhere because then they'd carry around the plant with them.
That's true.
So there are 11 participating wineries. You will buy an itinerary to go to 6, but you will get all of the potted herb or vegetable plants, so you will not miss a single one.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So when you say it's already all potted for you and labeled, I'm sure.
Yep, it's a little 4-inch pot. A tomato plant could be 6-8 inches tall already.
Oh, that's cool. I think I like that more because you're not the one having to physically plant them.
Yeah, seeds are hard.
And do the potting, right? So that's like the biggest
it's
step
all set
for me.
For you.
And then you are like a pro when it comes to having all your plants and everything. So
indoor plants and outdoor vegetables are a little different. But
okay. I was gonna say, is this one of your favorite events because of the potted plants?
I have not done it actually. This is the only event of ours that I haven't done. But I'm gonna treat you guys to a little mini version of it. So it'll be like
let's go.
So like I said, you'll buy an itinerary of 6. Today we are sampling 3. So first up is Cayuga Ridge Estate Winery. They were assigned chives, and they have brought us an herb and roasted red pepper cheesecake paired with Chardonnay. I know the cheesecake sounds like dessert, but it's actually more of like a savory dip or spread. So we have both
Quiche-like.
Yeah, kind of. So we have both baguette slices and pita chips to try to see which one we like better. And so since we sip, I'll start with the Chardonnay first. That was my little way to remind you.
So we eat this with the pita chips?
Pita chips and the baguette. So there's a knife, you can smear it right on the baguette. You can dip it in the pita chips. Sip, eat, sip.
I literally say
so
in my
this
head.
Chardonnay, as you can smell and taste, it is very oaky, very buttery. There's hints of honey and butterscotch.
There is.
The dip itself is loaded with chives. Obviously, there's roasted sweet peppers, basil, thyme. The base of it is cream cheese, ricotta cheese, and bacon. So it is actually a keto-friendly dip if you are on that train. The chips and baguettes, not so much, but
I don't know which to choose first. The pita or the baguettes?
I did the baguette first.
I did the pita. Right there it is.
I have tried it on the baguette before, and it was amazing.
So the wine, I'm usually not a huge Chardonnay fan, but
Same.
I really, really like this one.
Same. I like Chardonnays. The trendier Chardonnays are more unoaked. They're still aged. But I can taste the oak in this, and I actually love it. So I don't know, am I evolving? Is it an amazing Chardonnay?
It's not like that overpowering oak, though.
No,
you know
it's
what I
not.
mean? It's very light.
Okay, so my mouth and my brain are confused because, like you said, the name is cheesecake, herb and roasted red pepper cheesecake. So I'm thinking there was going to be some sweets, some dessert.
Not sweet
like
at all.
Savory.
It's so savory. It is amazing.
Good.
I
It's
know.
delicious.
Yeah, you're right, Jim, with like the quiche type vibes, it seems like.
Yep, because you bake it right in the spring-form pan. It's round. I mean, I guess you can make it square too. It's round. You cut it into little slices.
What holiday do we have coming up? Easter, right? This, I feel like, could be such a good Easter appetizer that you bring, like, before your brunch.
I'm trying to decide if I like the baguette or the pita chip better. I think I like the baguette a little bit better.
I don't know.
But
Oh my god.
They're
Okay.
both good.
That was delicious.
Really good.
Very excited for that.
Here's go with the Chardonnay.
Yeah,
I
go
as
with
well.
Chardonnay.
Not a huge
Chardonnay.
Chardonnay fan, but
So,
I could have this for lunch with a nice glass of Chardonnay. Be-
absolutely.
and
Feeling
then
good.
when you do the event, you will leave eventually with a chive plant.
That was my next question. So, like, you said they were given chive. So,
Mm-hmm.
at the end, you get the
Yeah.
chive.
So in the
And-
past, they just had a whole slew of trays of chives, and as you left or started, you'd take a chive from that spot. But now you just get it in the end,
I
so
think
it's all
it's
put
so much
together
better.
and easier.
Yeah, I feel like it's more convenient too.
Yeah.
You're not carrying it around. You're not putting it in the
And
car.
then if you don't have
flipping
a
it
lot,
over.
they tip over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, the best part is sometimes you get sidetracked. You don't get everywhere, but you're going to get your full
But you're
complement
going
of
to
herbs.
get them all
Yeah.
anyways
It's
because
good. Smart.
yeah, you don't want to miss out. I mean, this is a good way to start your garden. I mean, you're doing it in end of April, early May. They say Memorial Day is a good time to start planting outside, so you only have to take care of it, inside for a few weeks, and then you can pop it outside and get started.
I think I like the baguette better.
I do too.
I mean, I love them both with that
Yeah,
baguette.
I like the baguette.
I want to grow an herb garden.
Well, then you better start by
been
going
thinking-
to this event. It makes so much sense, right?
I've been
Because
thinking
you
about
can
it for the
handle
past few years. It's just like logistically, I'm not exactly sure, and I just haven't done it. But maybe this year.
I know. I've been telling Tyler that I really want to
I mean,
grow a garden. this
fresh herbs, just go out, grab some, and,
Yeah.
and it's
And with the price of produce now,
Yeah.
Right.
it's crazy.
I crack up because one of my cousin, he does a big garden, right? And we will go to his house for like a birthday party or something. He comes back in with like heads of lettuce.
I literally
and-
left with a head of lettuce
Yeah.
the last party.
and it was like really
Because
good.
you end up planning what you feel is sufficient, and then you have way too much.
right.
Yeah.
Come
Where you're like you're like shoving
September,
tomatoes
yeah.
on people. Yeah.
Here, take this.
zucchini's eyes. There's always a lot of zucchini
On the
around
side
in
of the road,
September.
you're like, please take me.
I love zucchini so much though that like especially I don't know spring comes and I'm like okay I can eat zucchini.
Yeah, zoodles.
Yes, with every meal. I have a question though. Are you the person that goes around and gives everybody their specific herb for this
Yes,
event?
I assign it. So back in the day, they would pick one out of a hat,
Mhm.
but we don't have in-person board meetings. We're Zoom. It's just more convenient for everybody.
Of
So I
course.
just assigned it.
Even
out.
before the pandemic.
No, it was in person before the pandemic. But ever since the pandemic, it's just worked out much
Yeah, it's
easier.
an example of people like would be afraid to do like remote type of stuff like that. But then when you're forced to, you're like, hey, this isn't that bad.
This isn't
Yeah.
too
And
bad.
we have people, some live in Syracuse, some live in
Oh,
Ithaca, some live in
yeah.
between, and they couldn't always get to it. So Zoom has worked out perfectly. One owner called from the tractor during harvest,
Oh, I love
because
that.
he could call in and still participate. So it's worked out. So we've had to change the way we do some of that stuff. So instead of the hat, I'm the hat, and I just assign it. And I'll
You're
look
the
back,
hat.
make sure they don't get the same one often, because I'll keep track of that.
That
So.
was my next question. So
Yeah.
it was like, then they get to decide what
Then they choose a
food
recipe
they want to make.
Yeah, so obviously it's hard. Like this one has a ton of herbs in it as well, but it does have their chive, and they recommend you can put it on the top too.
Right.
It doesn't have to be like 100% a chive recipe.
Yeah.
It just has to be included because that's kind of hard in
Right,
some of
yeah.
them. So.
Yeah. I could do some chive mashed potatoes
Yep.
all day,
Oh, yeah.
every day.
Let's move on to the next one though.
Yes.
Let's
so
do
we
it.
have Lucas Vineyards. They were assigned cilantro.
This
Ooh.
is an interesting little label for Lucas.
It's cute.
Yep.
It's like a lighthouse.
You need to switch your camera though.
Yeah, you're showing it to me.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I
that's,
do look interesting.
that's one of their newer labels.
It's so cute.
It is
So they
cool.
recommend. So cilantro. They have created a Mexican pasta salad. We are trying dry Riesling with it, but they will also give an option of semi-dry Riesling if you're a little bit more of a sweeter.
It's a lighthouse on there.
Yeah. Are you so surprised? What
Uh-huh.
do you?
It
what do
keeps
they
up,
usually have?
with their
Right.
aquatic theme.
I like
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
2020 Dry Riesling Estate Collection.
Ooh,
So that means
Oh.
it was all grapes grown on their property.
that's awesome.
And
Yeah.
this is what's the name of the food?
Mexican pasta salad.
Courtesy of Tom Hillmeyer at
Yep,
Ace Automatics,
Tom
right?
Hill- some of the wineries, they have a chef on site, so they will
For that.
create it. Some of them, the tasting room manager will make it. In other cases, they'll cater it out. So Lucas catered out to Tom Hillmeyer, and he
That's
made it
nice.
for me and dropped it off. So I had a little less work to do for this podcast,
Yeah.
which was great.
a little less stress. for
Little
you. I
less
love
stress.
that.
I didn't have to make the first one either. They had made it at Cayuga Ridge for a trial run, and so
Oh.
they let me take some too.
You are.
I got really lucky this time.
Work smarter, not harder.
Except for staying up all night making the third thing. But anyways, so this is with the dry Rieslings. This is one of my favorite Rieslings. I probably say that about every Riesling I try, though.
Really good.
So this is a really citrusy Riesling. There's key lime, grapefruit flavors. And the pasta salad has cilantro, there's avocado, there's jalapeno, there's lime juice in the dressing.
Black beans in there.
And there's beans, so it all complements each other.
I gotta say, Ace Automatics for catering, they do a lot of like chicken barbecues and stuff. But the graduation parties, they do a really, really good job. And I think a lot of people don't think of them because of the name Ace Automatics.
Right.
For real.
They do more than pretty much anybody around here.
It wasn't until
and they make stuff like this too.
Yeah, this is actually really amazing. It wasn't until I became an employee of Finger Lakes One that I realized how much Ace Automatics actually does, because I never knew.
And they'll
catering.
deliver, because he delivered today. I don't know if that's true, sorry.
He dropped it off yesterday.
He delivered it. Yeah, he delivered it yesterday, which was perfect.
This is amazing.
I
love
good.
the cilantro and lime flavor in there. It's one of my favorite combinations.
That's what I was waiting for, to see how strong it would be or not, and it's like a perfect
Pairs really good with the Riesling too.
Yes.
And you're right, this is a great
Oh.
Riesling. And
It is.
Almost just had a real catastrophe.
There's not too many Rieslings I've met that I don't like. That's for sure. This one is definitely very delicious.
it's the Riesling season coming up again. I don't drink much white wine or Rieslings in the winter, but
Yeah, I always transition red and white.
yep,
Ooh,
Basically.
that
about
bite
this time
was,
of
like,
year when the
super-
temperature gets above 65.
cilantro right there. I think I just took a whole bite of cilantro.
There's
with my
feta
salad.
in here as well.
Oh, I forgot to put a lot of feta on my. It's really good, delicious, and surprising. It's not, because it's Riesling. Like you said, it really does pair with a lot, but
It's so refreshing and so
that's when
crisp.
that's when I'm like, oh, this would be so good on like even a summer day. This pasta salad. With,
Yes.
Mhm.
And I always try to like incorporate taco in Mexican in some way, but I've never thought pasta salad, and this
Yeah.
is so good.
Yeah.
And I love the feta.
It's definitely unique, which
Yeah.
I like.
Yeah, for sure.
And this, yeah, you're right. This is a very perfect Riesling.
I bet it would go good with the pita chips. Put some of that pasta salad right.
I've already one
I
step
thought I
ahead
heard
of
you
you, Kat.
crunching.
One step
You're
ahead
right.
of
You know, I did hear you crunching, and I was wondering what he was getting. That
Well,
was
while
making
he's
you
crunching,
crunch.
let me go on to the third one.
Did you mention the avocado in here?
Yeah, there's avocado in there too.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yum.
So this is a fully loaded, Mexican pasta salad.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
And so I forgot to mention, you will get all these recipes when you do the event.
Nice. I
Which
love
Sydney
that.
emailed me or texted me the other day, and she's like, "You forgot to send me the bacon recipes because she wanted to make the cookies that we
I've
tried
been
last
dreaming
time."
about those cookies since that
Literally.
that day.
So, like, that is a perk. I know that not everybody can get that great.
Well, I
perk,
mean, I
but
gave it to you after all the event goers got it and got
You're
to
right.
try it.
You're right. And I can't wait to make that white chicken bacon chili.
yeah.
Yep. Anyway, so I'm going to do the same thing when it comes to this after the event. I think I want to go to this event
I know.
though, because
sure.
I
I think we
want.
should try.
So
and
it is
see.
selling really well. I'm going to be honest. So we sell it by tables. You can have 2 or you can have 4 at the table. The April 30th date, there's only 6 tables left. And
Wow.
the May 7th has 21 tables left.
Oh, okay.
A little bit more, and
April
that's Mother's
30th.
Day weekend, so it's a really awesome way to go out with your mom.
Oh,
Because
is it?
Sunday's Mother's Day, you can do wine and herb Saturday.
Yeah.
Start the,
the festivities.
Yeah.
April. I keep forgetting. I'm like, wait, it's March 30th today. I was trying. So
yeah.
we
So
have,
it's a little ways away,
So that
but I
gives
didn't
me-
want to wait to
Yeah.
do this in April.
me
Just in
too.
case it was sold out. I didn't want to miss the chance, so we're doing it early. But tickets have been on sale, so.
Yes, I love that.
So
And
our
like you
third
said-
stop on our little tour today is Hosmer Winery. They were assigned spinach,
Oh,
which
okay.
is unique. I think it's the first time I've done spinach for this. They have made a Spanakopita.
Is
which
spinach an herb?
Yes. No, it's a
Like
vegetable.
vegetable.
It's technically a vegetable. Yep.
Vegetable.
I looked
and
it
herb,
up.
right?
Oh,
It's a
man.
vegetable.
Yeah.
Not
Panna cotta?
enough, there's not enough herbs to do all.
Baby, it's nice and warm
Yep,
too.
I warmed it up.
Jim, you were supposed to take that off.
Yeah,
Before
we
the
didn't want to
show.
listen to the foil, but it's
Huh?
fine.
I wanted to keep it warm.
Yeah, mine's
so
still
this is
warm.
Spanakopita. It is a Greek spinach pie. They have paired it with a Cab Franc Rose. This is a 2021 vintage, so it is a relatively new release. Yep.
I love being fancy like that.
When you smell the rosé, you will get some rose water on the nose.
Okay.
Red fruit
Rose
in the
water
taste,
on the
strawberries,
nose,
red raspberries. What did he say?
Rose water on the nose. Huh?
Rose water on the nose. Yep.
I can smell it. I can smell
So the
it.
pie has, if you couldn't gather that, it has spinach in it.
Yes.
It has feta, onions, eggs, dill weed, and then phyllo dough. So the crisp, light-bodied nature of this goes really well with the saltiness of the feta, the flakiness of the dough. The berries complement the earthy flavors of the spinach.
I'm just gonna go for this.
And I have not tried this yet. I made it. So it is easy to make,
Okay.
but it takes a long time.
So you made this?
This one I
It's
did make.
delicious.
And I've
Very
never
good
tried
job.
this before.
Oh, I love it. Okay.
Yep.
Let me just shove it all in my mouth.
Loving the feta today.
I do love feta.
I know.
Pairs
Are you
really
nervous?
good with the dry rosé too.
It is.
I don't
Oh my
know
God,
if I'm
it's amazing.
surprised, but
It's so good.
Is this your first bite? I know she was nervous because she's a perfectionist. And
I know
wants
I've only
everything
tried a couple things that you've made, but everything that you've made is
so
delicious.
good. This is really good.
That is
This
really
is
good.
like perfect. See, pat yourself on the back. You're
I
like,
forgot to take my sip first, though.
oh, how dare you?
I know.
After how much you yell at us, they go perfect. The sip, eat, sip. It worked. I would never think, I would never think to pair some of these things, and that's what I love about this show. I
Oh
think
wow,
the most.
that pairs so good.
He like
kind of blows me away a little bit.
Yeah, it's so right. It's kind of surprising. You would think like, okay.
I wish I tried it before, so I don't know, but it almost feels like it brings out the fruitiness, unless that's what it tastes like before. But since I ignored my own rules, I don't know.
No,
This
it was
is
really
good. I'm going in with just my hands.
Yeah. So it makes a ton. I mean, it's a 13 by 8 inch dish you make it out of, a typical cake pan. So there's 12 servings in the
Oh,
recipe.
wow.
It makes a ton. Yep.
I could almost see myself eating this for like breakfast. This is a
It
great.
could be breakfasty because it's got eggs in it.
Yeah.
And the spinach.
Spanakopita.
Yeah, it could be breakfast.
What
You
is
could-
the top layer?
phyllo dough,
Okay.
which is basically paper thin dough. So you
So
have
you
to
have to like layer.
Yeah,
it?
so you have to layer it, and the roll comes with like 50 sheets. I barely exaggerated.
Because you buy it in like the
Frozen section at Walmart.
Pillsbury biscuit, does
Yeah.
it come in a tube or does it come in a flip?
It's frozen. It comes in a little box and it's rolled up. So you have to thaw it, and you have to roll it out and put it in between two like slightly damp towels to keep it kind of moistish, or it'll dry and flake immediately. Then you put 2 layers down, brush that with oil. Put 2 layers down, brush that with oil.
Proud of
Put
you.
2 layers down. Oh no, it ripped. Brush it with oil. But it's gonna rip. But it's very tedious. But I mean, it pays off.
It does pay off.
You sent me a snap.
Top
pretty
notch.
It
late.
was like 9:30 because it also takes an hour to bake, so
Oh.
it takes a while.
Yeah.
But you could pre-make it, and then I could have baked it in the morning if I wanted to as well. But my oven's kind of old; it needed a little extra time, so I didn't want to chance it. But
I think I was already in bed when you sent me. The
I
snap,
wanted to
and I'm
be.
like,
We appreciate
Girl,
you.
It
Yeah.
took a long time to layer. I've never worked with phyllo dough before. I want to. You could make these in little popovers, like little individual triangles. If you
Right,
wanted.
like
This sounds a little too fragile to me.
an
Yeah, that's-
appetizer at a wedding or
Yeah.
something. They walk around with it.
This could be a really good Easter
Yeah.
appetizer, part of the table too.
right.
It pairs
These two
well with
together.
chicken. There's one with lamb because that's a really popular Greek dish.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so of course, everything that we've had so far paired so well.
Yeah.
And what you're saying is we have these 3, but then you get 3 more, and there's multiple itineraries.
Yep,
So
so
does
the-
that mean different wineries?
Yep. So there's some of the other food options. There was a stuffed pepper soup. There's basil chicken pesto salad.
Okay.
There's a house-made lemon dill cracker topped with dressed greens with lemon braised chicken thigh on the top.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
I
like
was
a whole
almost going to
meal.
tackle that one, but I'm like, nah, maybe I'll just stick to this.
Maybe I'll go with
one.
the easier route, but maybe it wasn't.
But honestly, I think that all of these would probably pair really well with each other.
That's what I've
Cayuga
noticed.
Ridge was debating Riesling versus Chardonnay. I took on the Chardonnay because I already had the Riesling with Lucas. So I wanted to try the Riesling with it too.
This is also my favorite part of this show,
Which, yeah,
where
those go well.
I
well
go
together.
back
Yeah.
and redo it all again because I save enough to
Yes.
keep on going.
But it took you a while to learn that.
Yes, yeah, you're right. If we went back to some of the beginning shows, I was chugging those.
Oh,
I
yeah,
was
you
like,
were.
"No, I'm gonna chug those real quick, and now
You're like, I'm going to chug those real quick?
Yeah. I'm going to chug them eventually, but now I get to give myself a second round of all the deliciousness.
I was good. I'm proud. I learned quick.
Yeah, you did.
Gotta preserve it.
The salad and the rosé go well together too, which Lucas should be coming out with their Cab Franc rosé shortly as well.
I think it's kind of funny how it's an herb event, and these 3 that they picked are all like not American food staples. It's like all Mexican, Greek people that do a lot more, which I feel like says a lot.
Yeah,
around the world.
This is the 30th year that we've done this event.
Really?
Even though, I debated, I'm like, do I count the other 2 years that we didn't do it? I did. So it's technically the 28th, but it's 30 years old.
Right.
So
We still
there's some gray area. But still, it's our oldest event, and some of the wineries have been doing this since the beginning.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
A lot.
It's a perfect time of year to go get out and get around. Hopefully the weather turns by April 30th, right?
It should be. Even by tomorrow, it's supposed to be like
right.
It's
going to be hit or miss.
Tomorrow,
there's been snow in April, but it's later in April, so, knock on wood, we should be fine.
That's when the turn starts happening, where we're like, okay, there's a light.
This is a spring
tunnel.
Yeah.
And then comes Mother's Day with a foot of snow, usually.
No, not today.
God, I got to tell you, I like all 3 of these wines, especially paired with what you brought. And I'm not normally a Chardonnay or a dry rosé or even a Riesling guy, but all very good.
It shows you how much, so our events now are very focused on the wine and food pairing experience.
Yeah.
Because it really, truly does change. Felecia said, and I said, we don't generally like this type of Chardonnay. It was really good on its own, but it was even better with this. So just sit down with that whole cheesecake and that whole bottle of Chardonnay.
Well, let's say, for example,
it just shows you.
That cheesecake, if I was to open up one of a number of wines that would be my favorite types of wines, the Chardonnay wouldn't be one of them, but none of them would have been as good to have with that cheesecake as that Chardonnay.
Yeah. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, I know. It's fun. It's the most fun part of it,
it is.
of food and wine.
I love the wine and food experience.
It's
really
magical.
Changes.
We're
really
so
is.
lucky, right? We're lucky to be in the Finger Lakes that have this experience. For people who might not be like, oh, why would I go to a wine
It opens
and herb?
minds. It gets you outside of your box, which is really important. Jim's in his Pinot Noir box, and that may be what you would have chosen. But then you stepped out, and you're like, well, maybe I'll just make this and buy Chardonnay instead.
Yep.
And the rosé. That rosé is kind of newer to me. And I've tried sparkling rosés before, but this one is delicious too.
Yeah, I used to lean more towards the Pinot Noir rosé, but I'm liking the Cab Franc more and more. Hosmer's been putting out killer Cab Franc rosés year after year, and Lucas is doing that as well. And it's about to be rosé season. They're starting to slowly release their 2021 vintages.
And that maybe we'll be the special people that get to try it when it just first comes out. I love being you're just trying that? Oh, I tried that 2 months ago on my show. I feel really, really cool. But everything was delicious.
Do you have a show where you try things?
I bet you don't. How much are the tickets and where can people get them still?
CayugaWineTrail.com. Tickets are $125 for a table of 2 or $230 for a table of 4.
I think that's really good.
And so each couple gets the full set of potted herbs or vegetables.
Each gets 12.
Oh, okay.
No, one couple gets 12.
Okay.
So there's actually 11 participating wineries, but there's 12 potted herbs and vegetable plants. Because one of my wineries decided at the last minute they didn't want to participate, which is fine. But I'd already ordered the herbs, so I'm like, bonus.
Yeah.
Which is
so
cool.
So if I took Felecia as my date, we would go as a couple, and we would each still walk away with 6 potted plants of some sort.
Yep. Oh. And then, you grow cucumber, she grows a spinach, and then you swap, and you still both have it.
Oh, I love
that. Sharing is caring.
It sure is. And you have made that very clear all the time.
Yep.
So, like you said, you only have 6 tables left, and that's a big thing, especially when you have so many different itineraries.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can you choose on there which itinerary, or do you kind of just...
you can look at the itineraries and choose which one you want. I pre-make the itineraries with the wineries on there.
I would never guess.
But you can look through them and choose them. But it's only down to 2 different itineraries right now.
Oh, that's
one
good.
I think has 4 tables, the other has 2.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah.
Good to know. And when it being a month away, we got to get on that.
Yes.
We got to get on that.
Yeah. But May 7th has 21 tables.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
that's
yeah,
probably better because we have that concert anyways. I think the last.
We have a concert?
Don't we?
Which
At
concert's
Laga?
that?
Ooh, what concert is it? Dylan Scott country concert. Look, yeah, you're right. You're right. See, my life is already always planned out for me somehow. So we have to go to the April one.
Yes.
Which would make more sense anyways. So I'm excited. It's already almost time for us to go, but I do want to talk about, has anybody got anything exciting going on this weekend?
No. Well, you can go to Nap. They have mimosas and music if you don't have anything going on.
What kind of music?
I didn't write down who it is. I feel like it's jazz, but I'm not positive.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure any live music to me is like where my heart is.
Yeah.
And what time is that?
From 12 to 3.
On Sunday?
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yep.
Okay.
They're doing it again on the 16th. And actually, I have per my notes, they also have a couple other really fun things coming up on their calendar. More music the 16th, trivia night on the 20th, which I will be going. Meet the winemaker on the 23rd, and we will actually be meeting the winemaker and the new owner next month on the show.
Nice.
I just solidified that. They will be coming on with us to learn about some of the new stuff. They have some new releases that we could try. So that'll be fun.
Like I said.
And Hosmer has Sunday brunch on the 24th.
Oh, okay.
I did when I looked in your events page on the Cayuga Lake Wine Trail website, and there's literally a ton of
Yep,
events.
they're starting to fill up their calendars. More will pop up in between now and then, but they're all starting to get rolling for the spring, and in the summer there'll be a ton. There's music up and down the wine trail.
A lot to do on America's first wine trail, right?
What? Something's going on?
Yeah, you're frozen.
Oh, my camera froze.
Oh, no.
me get
Well,
this.
it's a good side profile. You know? I think, what am I doing this weekend? Oh, I have a bridal shower, and other than that, it's a pretty calm weekend, which is nice. After this weekend, I think my weekends start to get crazy, and here comes spring season, wedding season's coming up, and then, you know, then we have a million things in one weekend. But I'm super excited for the weather to start changing, hopefully.
Yeah, spring always.
A lot to do on America's first wine trail.
Back after that short intermission. Are you doing anything fun and exciting, Felecia?
I think I am remodeling the bedroom. So painting.
Ooh, I
exciting
love
for
painting.
me. I love doing that stuff.
I love painting too.
Yeah, I debated
I'm
between
not offering, but I
the
just love
pantry. But yeah, just moved in, so organizing, unpacking, and remodeling.
You're officially a Finger Lakes resident.
Yes,
again.
as of yesterday, I'm done with my Rochester apartment, which feels amazing.
That's a decade of your life gone.
It is.
I love that for you.
Onward and upward.
That's
Onward and upward.
To the moon.
To the moon.
Jim, are you doing anything fun and exciting?
Surprise trip for my wife for her birthday.
Oh
yeah.
He's like, all casual. Yeah, that's cool.
You're off Friday.
Yep. I'm
We're
back
gonna go
Monday.
crazy in the office because Jim's gone.
What do you mean?
They wouldn't even
Girl
be
party.
in the office.
We're gonna throw a party. Wine Wednesday on a Friday.
Go
That's
for it.
exciting. Happy birthday, right? To
Yep,
Kathleen.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
Sorry. Trying to
Waiting
slap me.
to use
Trying
that
to
Yeah, you
slap me.
have.
Yeah. See what happens if you try to
How about, did you see that, Catherine, the Oscars?
Yeah, I did. I am just loving all the TikToks, all the memes, whatever. It was probably a publicity stunt. I don't even care.
No, I don't think so. I think it was real. I think
it's
Will Smith's
hilarious.
just crazy.
He's been containing his crazy. Because
Crazy
every
enough.
actor who's been an actor for really a long time, like Mel Gibson, he went crazy.
Yeah, they are
They
crazy
all go
because
a
they
little
live in this
crazy.
different world where
Yeah.
where the rules of normal life don't
Yeah,
apply.
sanity isn't really.
I go crazy in my regular life.
Right.
So,
Imagine how Will Smith
you know,
feels.
they just have to try and keep their composure because they're on
whatever.
camera more.
I thought it was. I think all the TikToks and then songs that they're already making with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, like it's just hilarious.
I haven't seen them.
that
I can't wait.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Oh
either.
yeah, just that night alone, they'd already had a ton.
Of course. Well, I mean, March is over. After
is
you
over.
leave, Wine Wednesday's over already. You have an amazing event. You can go to the Cayuga Lake Wine Trail website.
CayugaWineTrail.com.
Yep.
That's right. And get your tickets early because they are selling out quick.
Yep.
And until then, I mean, we'll see you next
Yeah, thanks,
month.
Catherine.
Yeah.
You've done it again.
Thank you,
You're
as
welcome.
always. You did it again.
Great.
Thank you, everybody that was watching. If you enjoyed the show, you can click like, you can share with your friends, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll be back again next Wednesday. And until then, have a great weekend here in the Finger Lakes.